picture, what exactly it means, how we should improvise our skills towards learning towards or implementing employee center for different customers, whomsoever we are working for. Thank you so much. Your time is very valuable, just like others too. Thank you so much, Fang.
All right, it's a
Thank
pleasure.
you so much, Fang.
I'll leave you guys to it. All right, have a good weekend, everyone.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So now we will move on to Atul. Atul, thank you so much for sparing your time as well. Pretty early in the morning. I think it's 7:30 now. So
It's 7:30, right?
yeah. So thank you so much. So the stage is all yours. Let's start. Let's kick it off.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so just let me know once you're able to see my screen, guys, so that
Yeah,
I can start the
Yeah, we
formal
can see your
way.
screen. Yeah.
Okay, good. So hi everyone, good morning. My name is Atul Grover, and currently I'm based out in UK and working as a ServiceNow business process consultant, working with Virtusa Consulting for approximately 1.5 years now. Total 13 experience in industry and 7+ in ServiceNow, I can say. This is the first time that when in the developer meet, a consultant has been invited for a session. And thank you so much for the Kolkata team for giving me a chance to share my knowledge and experience with everybody.
Pleasure
So on the
is all
screen, you
ours.
can, yeah, sure. So on the, and nothing to be worried on that part, Sandeep, that I get up a little early. It's my daily routine. I get up at least 4:30 approximately, because I take ServiceNow batches, training batches as well. So that start in the morning. So about me, I'm as I told that I'm a YouTuber as well. So I have my own YouTube channel. I put a lot of videos on the ServiceNow, but I'm not a hardcore developer, guys. So don't think that Atul, can you write a code for me? If you say, can you write a code for 2+2 in ServiceNow, I'm really sorry for that. But yes, if you want to discuss something on the fundamentals, maybe on the process, on the requirement gathering kind of things, on the business sides, I may able to help you in that that area. But still, it is a passion for me, so I created different topics of the ServiceNow and put on my video so that everybody can learn and grow. And my motto is that keep learning and keep growing together, so that if I grow, you also grow. If you grow, I also grow, and we learn together on that part. So I'll share my YouTube link, my LinkedIn link. You can connect with me after this session if any doubt, any question is there. So now today's topic is on the ServiceNow CAB workbench. Okay. If I practically speak here, why I pick up this example? Definitely it's this topic basically because it is a developer meet, and approximately everybody is from the development background and hardcore developer, I must say. Because I worked as a change manager in one of my previous experience, and I found that this is one of the area where the change manager and the change requester always get in trouble, specifically in the change management perspective or the change manager perspective. It is nothing new in ServiceNow, if I say truly speaking. It is just a way of changing the way of doing the things. So earlier, as a change manager, I prepare my agenda manually in the Excel sheet. I send the meeting invites from my Outlook. I go to the CAB meeting, invite everybody, sit together, we discuss, and I ask people to approve and take a notes. And then I send out the meeting notes that which change has been approved, which change has been rejected, what is the action has been done, what is the notification has been done, kind of things we discuss on that part. The same thing can be done in ServiceNow as well. So instead of manual part, we are moving everything to the tooling part. Still, you as a human being, you as a change manager need to do that part. But now the things that instead of doing in the Excel sheet or in the Outlook email invitation, you can do in the ServiceNow as well. So this is the overall picture which which will in the ServiceNow CAB workbench. So we have to create the CAB definition. I am not that much expert in this creating this presentation, even though I'm a process consultant. This is my bread, butter, and jam for day to day. But still, I hate this presentation. I want to keep it very simple. So we have the CAB definition. We have to do the CAB scheduling part. Then we have to do the CAB meetings, prepare the agenda, send the invite, run the CAB. This is important point for us to be understand from the operation perspective. Because if you are a developer, definitely I'm sure that you are also deploying your code in the different instances, maybe test, maybe in the production, and many of you also participating in the CAB as well. And few of you worked as an approver for some of the CI or the services kind of things, where you have to go physically in ServiceNow, open the chain and click on the approve or reject button, and finally you make your decision, and finally we go for the closing of the CAB here. So in this session, for the next 20-30 minutes specifically, if I say not much, I'll take here. I'll show that how this can be done in the ServiceNow. Maybe you can consider this as an end user training, but I prefer let's not consider this as an end user training. Let's understand this module so that you can give this module to your customers very easily. And as per my understanding, it is completely out of the box available. Just a few roles are required, which you can give to your change team or your I can say your application specific groups, you can say, or ASGs, we call them ASGs, so you can give to them and they can start using that part. So now let's come back to the ServiceNow here. So currently
just, sorry Atul to disturb you in between. Just a heads up, guys. CAB Workbench is pretty important when you give interviews as well. So it's a hot
Yes.
topic for interviews as well. So it will be very beneficial for you.
Yep. And one
Yeah.
more thing, as you added the point here, that one more thing important is that nowadays in the interview, because I'm a process consultant, even I take interview, I give interviews as well. It is very much important that ask that what out of the box you are giving to your customers from the ServiceNow. Because the problem is that from I'm not saying not problem, because I consider you as a developer. If I say, hey, can you do this thing? You will say, yes, I can do. Instead of thinking that, is it available in ServiceNow out of the box? I have a lot of friends, they're the hardcore developer. I said, guys, can you configure this? Oh, Atul, this will be done. Give me 10 minutes. Because they love the coding. But as a process consultant, nowadays in the market, the trend has been changed. Instead of going for the lot of new customization part, interviewer asks that what you can give out of the box to the customer from the ServiceNow perspective. And this is one of the area I can pick up. So CAB Workbench is there, process optimization is there, Spotlight is there, target communication is there. There's many more modules available in ServiceNow, which is available out of the box. Just to activate the plugin and you can use that part. Okay, so let's start discussion on that front now. So I am on the Tokyo release at point of time. This is my PDI here. Let me log in. Maybe I'll put some questions for you because I'm facing some issues from the last 4-5 days, or I can say when I updated my Tokyo release, I'm facing some issues in the UI buttons, and you guys experts here, so you can help me. Okay, before I proceed, let me show you something on the change part here. Okay, this is completely out of the box. I did not put any kind of a configuration. I did not put any kind of a code which is required for my purpose. Okay. The question comes when a change go into the CAB. If I speak from the ITL perspective or the process perspective, what we assume and what we say that any change which is on the high risk should go to the CAB. CAB stands for Change Authorized Board. Someone says Change Advisory Board. So it depends that in which term you are saying. But now if I say, according to me, in my experience, I say it's a CAAB, Change Advisory and Authorization Board, because they're advising as well, they're doing the advice as well, and they're making a final stamp. Yes, now you can proceed for the change deployment. So according to me, it's not CAB, it's CAAB now. Okay, so in the normal change, when your risk is high, then the change will go to the authorized phase, and in the authorized, we have a CAB meeting. If we speak from the emergency change perspective, then we put as a keyword here that is called the emergency change, emergency CAB, I can say, where you just call to few of the stakeholders. Maybe nowadays we have a lot of good in the technology. Earlier, when I started my journey as a change manager, I used to send the SMS, but now we have WhatsApp groups as well. I just put, hey, I'm facing this issue. I want to go for the emergency change. Could you please approve? People reply on the WhatsApp and I take that as approval and proceed further. But again, if you want to use this channel, you have to make sure that this channel should be mentioned in your process document as a valid proof for the communication, or a valid channel for the communication on that part. So if I open a change here, let's say emergency change I open. Okay. So in the emergency change, the question comes where we can see that is this change required for the cab or not. So you can scroll down a little bit and you can go to the schedule phase. In the schedule, here the cab required field is there. You can put some validations. As of now, out of the box, there is a no validation. You need to be tick manually this checkbox, which I'm not doing, just going with the flow as of now. But in one of my assignment, we make it as a automatic update. If the risk is high or the risk is moderate, then this should become tick box true. And this is the cab date when this change is going to the cab meeting so that it can be presented. But the question comes, Atul, do we need to be update this date manually for the all changes? No, this will be done via the cab definition and the cab meeting schedule, which we are going to be discussed further. If you want that someone should present this change in the cab, you can put the cab delegate. And if you want to put cab recommendation, which is coming from the cab, you can put it here. But again, I'm repeating my words here. It is completely out of the box. There's a no field or no mapping has been done in the background. So if you want to implement, you can do that part. I'll show that how you can put these things in, or you can do this, because I'm not a developer here, but I can give you the field's name, which you can use and you can map in the background of this part. Now, the next part, let's go for the cab definition. In the Tokyo release, as I'm using for a long time now and already have a cab workbench installed, so there's no extra plugin required for me. But if you want, you can go to the plugin and you will find the cab workbench. It is coming out of the box at point of time, but still, if you did not find, if you're migrating, then you can activate that plugin at your side and you can do that part. The only important point here is that to run the cab, the change manager should have a sn_cab_manager.sn change manager role is required. I'll show that role. Let me go to my profile. Even though I am an admin, but still my name was not coming in the change manager field in the cab definition, which I show you. So what I did, I give a role to myself here. And I can go here, default view. This role. So this role is required if you want to, if anybody want to work as a cab manager, so this role is required. Otherwise, if a user don't have this cab manager role, his or her name will not appear in the definition. I'll show you that part now. So now, as I say in the presentation, we need to create the cab definition. Means it's like I'm defining my function only. Now, I guess if I say the function, developer can easily understand in that part. Okay, so let me go. I put a cab here. This is my application, and these are my different modules available under that. So main change is main application. Under that, I have another application, or you can say module. And here I have 5 modules available. I'm not click on this part because as of now, it's not for use for us. Let me create one definition and then we go for the cab workbench. So you can click here. You can see all available cab definitions here. Okay. So let me create a new cab definition here. So this is the first place where you have to create your definition. It is just a definition, like a function definition, and I'm using this definition for the scheduling as well. So I can say here, LNG Kolkata meetup. Today, this is my definition. So now if you go here in the cab manager, if I put my name, I can say, I put it my name as a learn here. So you can see my name is appearing. But if I try to put some other name, or I can just open this. Let me click all. So I can see only 5 or 6 people are there. Why? Because only these users have a role called the cab manager. So this is a very important point that sometimes it says, hey, I'm a change manager. I'm not able to see my name in the cab management group or the cab manager field. It means you don't have a cab manager role. cab manager and the change manager are the two different roles. So don't be confused if a user say, I'm a change manager, I run the cabs. That's fine. But according to ServiceNow, these are the two different roles. So let me put my name here as a cab manager. Now let's say I'm a cab manager, I'm setting up these meetings and I'm on the vacation for the next 2 or 3 weeks or the 4 weeks. And I want someone who can work on my behalf and run this cab in the tool. So you can delegate the tool, this cab management, this cab definition to anybody else as well. And here you can find my name without any issue. For this delegation, there's no separate role is required. So it's like I'm a host. If I'm not available, then I can say, okay, Sandeep, can you take this meeting on my behalf for today? Then I'm delegating to him. So you can put any user, any person name here, but preferably put only 1 or 2 name, not 100 of people of the groups of the 100 people. So I can put like, let me say, put the Fred Ludy here. So now he is a delegate. I'll show that why this delegate and how this delegate is different than the cab manager. Then the board member. Board, I'm talking about the cab board member. The member who are always requested or invited for the cab meetings here. So I'll put, you can put members or you can put the group. Preferably, as ServiceNow say, always try to go for the groups instead of the individual members. But if you want to invite a special person for every cab, you can do it here. So let me put a name called let me put Shyam here. And I can put the board group. So I can put the batch 9 here as the board group here. And this one. It means these 3 people, or I can say these 2 fields will be available for every cab. They are getting the invite for every cab here. Okay. Now this part says that what is the rolling time meeting window? Means how much days, or sorry, how much the time you want for a complete cab. It's a 90 minutes, it's a 30 minutes, it's a 60 minutes, it's a 120 minutes. You can do that part. So let me put, I want to put 120 minutes, that my cab run for the 2 hours on that particular days. Now the question comes, Atul, we did not define any days. Yes, we are just doing the definition. Days and the scheduling will come in the scheduling option. You can put the cab type. Don't be confused that is this particular cab type playing any vital role? No, it is just for the reference. It doesn't mean if I put normal, then only normal change will come. No, just for your reference, because as I say, we have a 2 type of cab, one for the emergency and one for the normal. So you can define your definitions as per your requirement. So in one of my customer, they are having a 10 type of cabs, network different, server different, database different, and then they have a common cab as well. So they created the 10 different definitions. One for network, normal, and network emergency. One for server normal, server emergency. So I'm putting as a normal here. You can put the time zone. Remember, this time zone will go to the notifications to the customer as well. And this time zone says that when this cab will be open, when this cab will be run. So generally, if you are in I can say, dealing with the customer for a specific time zone, you can put it here. So like I'm a Europe London now, so I can put a Europe London here. Location, if your cab is organizing in the physical format, like before COVID, we are in the offices and our cabs has been done in some specific meeting. So you can put the location here. So let me see if I have some location here. So I can put like this and lock it. And finally, it's active. Yes. If you want for the online, you can put it here as a online as well. So let's say I'm putting this online details, my conference detail, I can put it here. Now, after this first part, this is the second part, is very important. That is called the agenda management. It is a separate section in this particular cab definition. And the first point is that, and also some debatable points also here, because I had a lot of heat up discussion with my teams as well. It's a notification lead time. Let's say I invited 30 people, or like I invited this 27 people in this meetup, and I say, Sandeep, your turn will become on the 11th number. Now for Sandeep, it is tough to wait for till 11 number. He say, Atul, I'm very much busy. Can you update me before my turn came. So this is what this particular option do. So what it says specifically, I want to go for the tooltip here. The number of agenda items to notify user in advance, so that item being discussed, that after 5 your turn will come, so you are ready and you will be getting a notification as well for this part. Now the question come, if I practically speaking, and this is what I have faced this issue. The CAB people or the change management team says, Atul, this is not the right practice. We don't want that our user or our requester should join in between. I want everybody should be in the meeting from the beginning of the meeting, so that everybody input can be go in a particular chain. But on the other side, Sandeep says it's a database change is going on, discussion going on. I am from the network. Why should I be there? So now it's a to and fro part. You have to be decide from the business that what they want. You can put 0 as well, or by default it's showing as a 5 as well. This is little important with ServiceNow actually recommend from the time management perspective. Let me give you a practical experience here. When we develop, when we onboard our customer on the ServiceNow, they say it takes for them 8 hours to run a CAB. So it means a full day, 1 person 8 hours, and approximately 10% participate in that meeting. So 80 working hours or 80 man hours they spend on a CAB only. So we put something like this here, or ServiceNow put something like this here. ServiceNow saying you can define the timings for per agenda item, that only and only I can give 5 minutes for a change discussion. Other than 5 minutes over, then you need to be push the chain to the next level now. Maybe you need to reschedule, maybe you need to postpone or something like that, but your time is over in that part. So here we have to be defined very carefully. You have to be discussed with the business that what are the timing you're giving an agenda item nowadays. Maybe someone say 10 minutes, someone say 5 minutes, someone say 7 minutes. So on the wholesale part, you can conclude it's a 5 minutes or it's a 7 minutes. So for our purpose, we just putting as a 2 minutes so that I can show you if time is getting over, what will happen in the CAB workbench. But again, these 2 fields are basically from the customer perspective. As a developer, as a process consultant, I have nothing to do. I just say, this is available, what you want to do, just what value you want to put, you can put it here. Now, this is another important point. Maybe it's a little lengthy, but these are the required from the customer perspective. Use filter criteria to drive the change request date range. Do you want to bring your agenda items? The changes are going to be discussed via some date range. I can put yes. And one more thing, like in a function, I am passing a value A from the function A, but I'm overriding that value A from the function B as well. This is what we are going to be do in the meeting. So this is a definition. So you can put a tick box here that I want to filter out my changes between X date to the Y dates. Do you want to include the pre-approved changes like a standard changes? You can click true if you want, otherwise you can leave it. Automatically add a change request. If any change which is fulfilling my criteria, do you want to add it automatically? I said yes. And last, because I say in the beginning that as a change manager, my work is that to prepare the agenda. This is what we are doing at point of time. We are just putting the conditions for preparing that agenda. And here, once the meeting get over, how to communicate the results to the customer. I will say anything which has been discussed in the CAB meeting, I want to be record that, but it is only the approval, rejection, or the comments. It will not record the words we are speaking or the transcript. I can say we're speaking, that will not record it. Just any action if you take for that particular change in the CAB meeting, that will be recorded here. And at last, which type of changes you want to bring into the CAB definition. All changes, then don't put any, and then put a state wise. You can put like this. So what we practically do, the risk should be high. I want only those changes where the risk is high. Which state I can do in the CAB meeting, or if you want, you can put it here as well. And state is authorized. Generally, we avoid this part. we say, okay, let's bring all the high level changes, and then we do the filtration in the CAB meeting level. So I'll not prefer to put here as of now, because I want to show you the number of changes in a bulk now. Okay, now I click on the save here. This is the first step we have done. We have done the CAB definition, and my CAB definition is ready here. Now, if I go here and open the CAB workbench, I'm not sure why it's not be going down. Okay, sorry, now it's one. So this is what you can see here. This is the CAB workbench. This is a CAB calendar, because as of now, I just have a definition. I don't have any meeting schedule, so it is not appearing here. So now what we'll do now, we'll go here. Okay, and we are going to be create our, let me do like this. Okay, we are going to be create our schedule entry. Schedule means normal, like we have done in the maintenance schedule or the blackout window schedule. The same schedule is going to be worked here as well. So I click on the new. Oh, now it's surprising. Yesterday I was trying, but it was not working. So here I can put network weekly CAB. So it is like I'm setting up the reoccurring invite. I'm setting up the invites here, not reoccurring. I'll show you a little later. So now you can put a type, time of appointment meeting. You can put it like this, because from this, the invites will be go to the requester or the attendee specifically. You can show as a busy, you can put, so when to start, my CAB will be start on the 10th of September, 8 o'clock, will end by this time. If you want to put 11 o'clock, you can put like this. All day, no, I don't want all day. Time zone, it is coming from the definition, so you cannot change here now. And the repeat, because I know I am a change manager and I want this CAB to be done till for the complete year, so I can put every weekday, or you can put specific every weekday, weekend, monthly, so I can put every day. Repeat until I want to repeat this to the, I can put 30th of this, and now I click on the submit. Nothing new, it is just a schedule. You can see it's from the coming from the schedule table only, so you can see that part. So now I come and I click on the refresh meeting invite. Before that, there's a no meeting invite is there. Related schedule means you can put like holidays kind of things, which we use for the SLA. So the same thing you can do here. Let me click on the refresh CAB meeting. Now the question comes, Atul, can we remove this UI action? Can be automated? You can do, if you want, you can write a business rule and you can do the automation as well. But we don't prefer that part, because maybe customer or the user don't want to be see any invites or the meetings as of now. So you can see here, total 80 records has been generated. So it's like I sent a meeting invite for the reoccurrence every day, 7 to 9. Meeting will be happen till 31st of December. So now you can see the definitions are ready here. Sorry, yes, CAB meetings are ready here. And now if I go here, I can reload my page. And you can see Kolkata meetup today is also available in the CAB one. Now, if I click on this, I'm not getting the open option because there's a no agenda item there. So unless you don't have any agenda, maybe single change, it will not open for you. Maybe I can show something like this network change. So you can see open button because it has a agenda item in itself. Now, the next part which we're going to be discussing is called the this done, and now we're working on the agenda item. Because for a change manager, this is the one of the important point that now I have to prepare the agenda items. I know it is very cumbersome for me when I started using ServiceNow in 2014 or 15 somewhere in the time of Fuji or Geneva was there. Downloading the report, filtering the changes, putting the Excel sheet, sending the invites, a lot of hell work. And what happened if someone said, no, I don't want to present this change. Then again, go to the reporting, remove that agent, remove that change, send the updated invites, everything. But all these things can be done in ServiceNow completely just with a few clicks. So now let's start that I have a CAB meeting on the 24th. Let me put up like beginning on this. Okay, 12th. Let's say I have a CAB meeting on the 12th of September and I want to prepare the agenda for this. You can open the meeting here. And this is the again place which is required for the change manager. If you want to put the delegates, you can change. If you want to add the board groups, you can change. If you want to add the board members, you can change. So these things basically coming from the CAB definition only. So these few things, and this is coming from the scheduling part. As of now, it's on the pending state because we did not kick off this CAB definition. I can say the CAB workbench. If you want to make a change, so now practically if I say what I'm doing, I am changing the occurrence of a specific meeting only. From the Outlook perspective, let's say I have a 5-day schedule. Guys, Wednesday, I will be not available to join in the morning. Can we move to the 12 o'clock? Yes. So this is what I'm going to be doing. And this is the agenda item for that particular stuff. If you want, you can make a change here. Now come to agenda item. This is important point. Because here I need to be create the agenda. Before I go here, let me show you something in the down. So as of now, I have a 3 attendees. Number 1, as a CAB manager, I'm attending. As a Sham, he's my board member, and Fred Ludi as my delegate here. So you can see here. Fred Ludi, Sham is there. Okay, and myself is there. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll prepare the CAB agenda item. Let me scroll up and go here. This is we know because we selected this checkbox from the definition. Now, if you don't want to use, you can untick this box like this. So what this do basically here, it's saying if I make it as a true, it means you can put, if you run this particular part, every change which is in the high risk will be appearing here. But if you want to go for the date range, no, I want to just discuss the changes from this time to this time, untick this box. Here's the important point, change request starting after. Sometimes customer get confused and they put the wrong dates and they get a lot of hell of agenda. So what it's saying, change request starting after. I want to see the changes which are going to be deployed after 9th of September, but before 13th of September. So very carefully we have to be defined here. Sometimes what say, oh, change request starting. It means I think it's a planned start date. And I put the planned start date. And in that case, my change is not appearing because, but I put the right dates here because you did not read this word called the after as well. Okay, so let me take a dates like little older because we know that it's out of the box. So ServiceNow give a lot of things to us like this. I'm sure that I get something with this part. Okay, after and before 13th of September. If you want to put pre-approved changes, you can add it here. Means all the changes which are already approved, but fulfilling this condition, you can add, but it's not required. And if you want to put a condition that my change should be in the authorized phase. So now let me filter out this. State is authorized. So you can do this agenda management for specific meetings as well. It's not like hard-coded that when you're done on the definition, you are going to do the same here. No. In the meeting specific meetings, you can make your agenda as per your conditions here. And now I'm okay, go, and let me save this. So it's saying, would you like to update the meeting or the meeting definition for the all future related meetings? Why? Because number 1, we change these dates. Number 2, we change this part. No, I don't want to go for the update definition. Just update my meeting. So like from the child function, do you want to update the parent function? If you think that it is going to be work for the every meeting, you can do. Otherwise, you can say not just for a single occurrence. I done that part now. Okay, and now let's go here and click on the refresh agenda item. Good luck to me. Hope I get few of the changes here. Once the change agenda item has been refreshed, would you like to send the meeting invites? It is important here to any new or the updated attendees. So like in your meeting invite, you are adding one person and removing one person in the Outlook reference. So this thing can be done. So maybe you can say yes, maybe you can say no. Generally, we say no at the first point because I want to verify the agenda. If you say yes, then the invite will go and people get confused. Oh, my change is not for today, but I'm getting the invite. Why it is? So preferably say no, and after that you can send it again as well. So I'll put no here as of now. I'm sure nothing will become here. See, because maybe our conditions are not correct here. Let me remove some conditions and put like this only. Okay. After 1st of January, maybe let me remove these conditions. It takes a lot of time for me in the beginning to understand this CAB workbench completely. Let's say yes. If it takes time, you can understand, yes, changes are coming into the CAB workbench. Okay, good. So something is coming. Number 1 point, it gives an error that CAB date time is read only for the change request in the cancel. It means I'm not considering the cancels here. Where the assignment group is mandatory, but is not updated, those changes also not coming, and the close change also not coming in this particular picture. So these are the few out-of-the-box functional error codes which is given by ServiceNow. So I can click on the cross and now I can scroll down. Good. So now you can see I have a 21 changes to be discussed. 21 changes to be discussed because we did not click this pre-approved. So let me remove this. You can see here, we are getting the pre-approved as well, right? So let me remove here and let me put one more condition and state is authorized. And now let run this part. Date meeting. And now refresh the agenda. And say yes here. In the interview perspective specifically, interview are the complete steps that how you do this part. So now it has been done. Let's see. So now you can see we have a total 17 changes and the 5 more attendees has been added. Total 5 are there. So David Liu and Bo Rogri is also attending this particular invite. How this come basically, you can go and check this particular assigned to. Mainly for these changes, only these people are there to whom this change has been assigned. Okay. So now you can see order like this order, the agenda is appearing for me. Now, if you want to send an invite to the requester like this. Send to all, I said yes. It means even Learn and Grow, Fred Ludi and Sham also get the invite again. Let me show you something for the emails part quickly. So now you can see here. A CAB manager delegation has been assigned to you. So like this, invites will go out. You can modify these contents easily from your need. That's fine. And what I'm saying basically BST part here. This is picking up the CAB definition time, and we have a major issue in our previous assignment where customer says that I'm a BST, but I'm getting the invites from the PDD or the PWT kind of a time source. Then we identified it's nothing on the coding part. It's just an email content need to be updated. Now, let's say I come here and where is my CAB meetings I can see here. These are the things. Okay, let's say now I'm ready and today is the 13th of September and I need to be kick off my CAB meeting. So I can go here. I can click on the CAB workbench, which you already have open here. And you can see, and I go on the 13th of this one. So now you can see it is showing me the option of which one we pick up. I guess we have to see the dates. CAB meeting. Let me see. It is for which date? It is for 12th. Okay, 12th 9. This one. So now you can see I'm getting a new open option here, but here I'm not getting because I don't have any agenda here. So now I click on this and click open. This will be done, or this will be work when you want to be open the CAB meeting. Before I click on the start meeting, let me show you the purpose of having a delegates here. So let's say here, sorry. So who is the delegate? Fred Ludi. Let me impersonate with the Fred Ludi. Here you can see I am a CAB manager, so I'm getting the option called the start meeting. But if I log in as or impersonate as a Fred Ludi, impersonate here and just reload my page. So now you can see Fred Ludy is not getting the option to start meeting. He's getting option to host it now. That is the difference between the delegate and the CAB manager. As of now, nobody else has been attending this meeting, right? We invited David Liu. Let me start. Let me do some kind of a, let me start from my side. This meeting, let me start and we'll see this part and impersonation because I want to show the attendees as well here. Okay. And now reload this page. Let's say I'm on the 12th of September. The meeting need to be start. So I kick off this meeting start as of now. This is the first item I'm going to be discussed. Now what I'll do, I'll log in as the David Liu. I want to show you the different persona so that we can know that, okay, how it's be appear for the other users. Okay. And David Liu also go here and reload this page. That is the beauty of ServiceNow that we have this thing, impersonation role. So now David Liu is not getting any option here, right? Because he is not the approver or the rejecter or the decision authority for this particular change. Okay, let's see who is the authorized for this particular change. Let me open this change here so that I can impersonate for that particular user and show you that how a user can approve that particular change. Okay, to whom it is pending. Okay, it's pending for the Luke Wilson. Let me impersonate with the Luke Wilson. So now if I go here, I'm doing a different persona just to show you something and just wait for the time being with me. Let me show you something here. Now I'm logging with my ID. Still not showing any attendees. Maybe they did not send the acceptance. Let me log in with the Wilson. His name basically. Yeah, Luke Wilson. Because he's the approver for this particular change. And now he log into the CAB workbench. It means everybody will log in with the CAB workbench only. So now you can see we have 2 minutes. I can pause. I can go next. I can demote. It means I can move my chain to the lower level as well. And now I log in as a Luke Wilson. And here I'm getting option for the approve or reject. This is the way that as a CAB manager, you can get the decision quickly in the CAB meeting only. You can click on the, as a Luke, I am going to be click on this approve. Are you happy? Yes. Happy to approve. It is not me. It is Luke who is the approver for this change, is mentioning this comment. And practically, when we do this thing in the manual part, these things done only. Okay, Atul, I'm happy because I worked as a CAB manager. Atul, I'm happy with this change. Can we move to the next one? I will approve the change later on. When the CAB will be over, I'll do that. I said, no, boss, sorry. It is a system. You have to be put it everything here very clearly. So now I'm getting the Luke approval in the change itself. Sorry, in the CAB itself now. And you can see attendees is showing 2. So these 2 are attending. David is attending, Learn and Go is attending, and Luke is attending. Because I'm a CAB manager, so I'm attending, and I can see these 2 are attending. If someone impersonate with the Bo, or maybe someone impersonate with the Sham, those also getting information here. And you can see the meeting notes as well. This is the benefit of the CAB workbench. Now, let me go back to my account only, so that I can show you some more actions on the CAB workbench as a CAB manager. Okay. Now I'll scroll up. Oh, sorry, just refresh my page. Now this change has been approved. Go to next, click on the next here. So now this change has been started. Assigned to Fred Ludy, you can see to whom it has been assigned. Someone says, no, I don't want this change as of now, demote it. I'm moving to the next level. Means I don't want to be discuss this change. This is not the priority for me. Number 1 part. Second, you can go here and you can see the filtration. I want to see approved agenda items. Only one change has been approved. I want to see completed agenda items. Only one has been done as of now because that is approved. I want to see only pending agenda items. I can see like this. You can pause it. No, let's not discuss this change, guys. Let's take a 10 minutes break and come back and then we'll start. Okay, resume. Like this, you can do this part. But you cannot do this like this. You want to promote, say, this is what option I'm looking. So you want to discuss this change on the top, promote it. It will promote it now and come on the top here. So these are the few things which you cannot do on the run time when you're doing the manual part. So you can see 4 minutes, total 180 minutes has been scheduled, 5 minutes has been done. And here I can see the attendees. I can see the meeting notes. So like this, I can see the conference information here. If you want to see this change openly, you can click on the calendar format. You can see on the form format, you want to edit it something that, okay, I want some more details as approver. You can get it here. Now let's take all changes has been approved. Okay. And then I'm going to be end the meeting here. I click on the end meeting. My CAB is over, but this section we can close now and we can come on our CAB definition. Because now the work is pending for the CAB manager, right? I'll put the CAB definition here. Kolkata meetup today and go to my CAB definition for this. Open it. Number one, if you see, it's showing as a complete. Okay. You can still open because I'm saying it's completely out of the box. So there's no proper validations, but you can do that part. It's a completed one. Now you can scroll down and you can see the meeting notes. So like this, in this change, no decision has been made, neither approved, neither rejected, neither demoted. Time over or maybe meeting over, no decision has been done. So earlier, these things need to be done manually to be by the changes manually in the Excel sheet or in the Word format. But now this has been done automatically. And also you can see the here. Let me open this change just to be verified that do we have any kind of updates in the change as well. Okay, let me scroll down. So now you can see the CAB dates is coming automatically here. This is what I was saying in the beginning. Even though it did not take box the CAB required, it should be done the CAB required as well. But when this change has been agreed, let me open this because I know this is given by ServiceNow out of the box. So when a change has been added in the agenda item, then the CAB date and time should be come automatically here. So like you can see. Like this. This is another benefit for a change requester to see that when my change is going in the CAB definition or the CAB workbench here. Now, the last point as a change manager, what we do, sorry, as a CAB manager, what we do, we want to share the notes. Click on the share notes and all the notes have been shared with the users who are in this attendee list. You can see. So these three are attending, even you're getting the attendance as well here. You can get a reports that how many are attending the CAB definition, the CAB workbench regularly on that part. You can do that part. And if I go in the emails, just for a quick check. You have been assigned, maybe that is not enabled for, I did not enable that particular part, but you get the notes email as well. That okay, that email has been sent out to that particular person. Just to be show you that Fred Ludy, who is assigned as a CAB delegate here. So this is what the content go to the delegate, or I can say to the board member or the group that you are assigned to this particular CAB, and you have to be invited for the same as well. So this is what is basically from the CAB workbench perspective, that how this has been done. From my practical experience perspective, it is completely out of the box. No much configuration or the customization required on that part, other than making some fields mandatory or read only, or kind of issuing some error message, even though that is also given by ServiceNow. But still, if your customer demands something, you can do that part. Now let me take to the question answer here, because I see from 7 it reached to the 12 now. Okay, thank you so much. Any board members? No. So only the normal roles which is required. I can say like a approval roles or the change manager role. You can put it here. That is the only thing. Can we integrate? I'm not a developer, but yes, you can integrate that as well. It's totally up to you that what invite you want to send, what link you want to be sent. Maybe Sandeep, if you have a little more understanding on that part, you can help me here. How to change the order of agenda item. How to see maintenance schedule in the CAB workbench home page. No, see, maintenance is basically the separate part. CAB is a separate part. Your maintenance will come only and only in the change, not in the CAB workbench. Again, if you want to do, you have to bring the tables together and have to be show the things here. One more thing, just one more thing I forget here. Where it is gone, sorry. Here. Yes. One more point which I missed out earlier, and I'm not getting option here. Let me go to the another meeting. Let's say, Atul, I got a request from my requester that they want to add one more agenda, or they want to add one more change in the agenda item. Can I do it manually as well? Yes, you can do manually addition as well. So I can say, because sometimes it happens. Oh, Atul, you're my best friend. Yeah, can you add this change in the agenda? Next time I'll take care that it should be done in the lead times only. This thing happens. So you can go here and click on the new here. Which change you want to add, you can put it number here like this 96. In which order you want to add, you can do. Description is coming automatically. Allotted time is, I can say 2 minutes, pending, decision, pending. And you can, to whom you want to be notified, you can put the requester name and all the things and click on the submit here. This is what I missed out in the discussion, that now, even though David Lu also is getting the invite here, even though I added this change as a manually, practically speaking, I don't recommend this approach, because it will destroy the best practice of the users to make sure that they raise the change in a given time period, and it should become automatically. And also it's getting tough for the CAB manager to check that which is coming from the manual and which is coming from the system generated. So to avoid that part, we in my customer implementation, I say you have to be decided on the procedure level that if a change which is raised before 9 o'clock the previous date, only those changes will be included for the upcoming CAB meeting. Otherwise, I'm not going to be add any manual part. So if you want, you can remove the new option as well here. But before that, you have to be discussed with the customer. Now let me take the question here. Yeah. Okay, meeting invite, you can do that part. How to change the order of agenda item. That I need to be see. I never tried this part. Let me do refresh agenda item. Let's see. I guess just with the drag and drop, you can do it if I'm not wrong completely. Not like that. Maybe with the order sequencing, you can do. If I can make a change here. So I said number 10. But it's a good point. I tried this a long time back, but not sure about the exact results or the steps here. But you can do that part. Okay. And sorry, the next one, which I have a question here. Okay, thanks. Which meeting invite ServiceNow is sending? Can you tell me that which meeting invite means? So, okay, on the first point of time, ServiceNow is sending that meeting invite which you define on the CAB definition. But if you want to overwrite in the CAB meeting, then again invites will be go out. So like this, you can see here, send meeting request to the attendees, and it will go in the meeting invite format to the customer, to the requesters. It is not like just a normal text will go. No, it will be go in a complete Outlook format. Hello, Mr. X, and it will sit in as a calendar in the requesters Outlook as well. So this is what from my side. Now I'm open to the question answer here. Anybody has any other question, you can ask me, guys, here. I'm sure it's not sleepy for anyone.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Rishabh, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, it's regarding the same invite question, meeting invite question. So whenever we are sending the invite, let's say we have defined it for a whole year. So will it just send a one meeting invite that will be
No.
a recurring occurrence, or it
No,
will
no, no,
send
no.
a
It
100
will be
invites?
sent as 100 invites. So now you can see here.
Okay.
There is a thing I want to want to show there. So like you can see now this thing. So separate invites for everything. For all the meetings, separate meetings, you will be getting an invite.
Got it. So there will be multiple occurrences of those
Multiple
meetings.
occurrences, right.
Okay.
This can be, maybe this can be modified or customized a little bit as per the need, because if I'm setting for the complete year, so let's say in a year I have 240 occurrence, 240 email, if I send to the customer, they go back. So you can put it something in the background that when it land to the Outlook, it should be show as a series, not as a individual one. Or maybe I can say that this can be done by ServiceNow in the upcoming releases to be fixed that part.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, then if no other question, I over to Sandeep, you and your co-host. You're speaking on mute, I guess, Sandeep. A little bit louder. Yeah, now fine.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Thank you so much, Atul. That was a wonderful session. I would really say there's something which even I've learned, which I didn't know. Thank you so much, Atul, for your patience and going through this journey. Thank you so much for that.